joined here by Etan Collins. And Etan, we appreciate you joining us today.
Nice to be here.
Like we were talking, how does it feel to be back? I've watched a few of your guys' practices in the gym, over the last few weeks. What has it been like just at least getting that interaction with your teammates again and being able to do something?
It feels good. It just feels good to be back out there on the court with the guys. We got a whole new team, so it's just trying to get chemistry in with everybody, see what people like to do and what they can't do, stuff like that.
And how did you kind of stay busy, since March? We were on campus. Everybody was kind of practicing and doing their thing, and then, we get shut down. So what did you kind of do for the last probably 4 or 5 months before you came back on campus?
Well, I was just at home, and we did I would work out with my friends because a lot of my friends play basketball in college and overseas, so I was just working out with them. Or we'll have like little private runs at the gym, probably like 15 people come, and we just have nice workouts, good runs coming in.
Were you able to keep in contact with many of the guys on the teams? It was a new team, so were you able to keep in contact with anyone to kind of introduce yourself before everybody got here?
So we had this team group chat, and we all just started talking it in and stuff, just me and the new teammates, and then the returners were talking, telling them how the team is, what to expect in Monmouth, and what to expect with the team.
What was it like for you last year? Of course, you weren't able to play out on the floor last year, but you still were involved. I saw you on the bench always getting excited for the fellas when they make a big play, or you were involved in the workout. So how was it to be on that side of it, but you couldn't, play in the games? How tough was that?
It was tough, but it was like a learning experience. You got to see the game from a whole different side now. Like, you're not on there playing, so you get to see like a crowd experience. You're pretty much watching. And it's different, like, when you play, like, you practice with the guys every day, so like you see them at their best, like you know what they can do in practice, and it's always good to be on there and watch them in the game and do what they do in practice.
How happy were you to see some of those guys do so well? We saw Dalvin, sign his deal to go overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you played with Caleb your first year. He's over there playing in the same league with Dalvin, and, Jalen's trying to get that as well, too. We've seen Tanner, he came through right before you. What is it like to see, some of those guys, and you got to play with them, how nice it is to see those guys go on and keep playing professionally?
It's just good because, like, it shows you, like, that you can go and do it yourself, too. Like, watching Dalvin do it, I played 2 years with Dalvin, so watching him, that's a good motivation. Caleb played my freshman year with him and came into the program with Tanner. He was already overseas, but he was a big motivation too, because watching him, he came to Western to see what he's doing overseas now. That's a good motivation.
How was the change? You didn't get to, of course, playing a game with, Coach West, but you got to be around him, at practice. How was the change from him, from Coach Shaw, and how did you adjust kind of his style over last year?
Coach West, he reminded me a lot of my high school coach. It was a lot of energy, just energetic. He's always ready to just go win the day. He's just energy all over the place, and that's good. Yeah,
it seems great. He's definitely got that energy. Mm-hmm. I can always hear him in the gym, hear him calling out the plays. How nice is it to have a guy that comes in there with that energy, ready to go every day in practice?
It lets the team know that we got to match his energy. If we're not matching his energy, then it's just going to be a long day because he's going to let you know.
How good do you feel coming into this year? It's early that we've been back on campus, but how much more do you feel excited for this year now that you know that you're ready to play, and you had that 1 year where you've been kind of just idle and ready to go? How much more do you feel ready to get out there and tip off?
Ready, real ready. Like I said, the year off, it humbled me, and then at the same time, it made me more hungry to want to get out there and help my team win, help the guys.
When you think back to your freshman year, it's always different. Everybody comes in as a freshman. Sometimes you see time, sometimes you're redshirting. What was it like for you to be coming in, and you were an integral part of that team? How big of an experience was that for you to come in and play right away for that team? Here's your first year.
My first year, it was a big experience for me because, like you said, I'm 18 playing against 22, 23-year-old men, some 24. It was just a big experience, big jump, because you're not playing against high schoolers no more. You're not playing against dudes. Like, in high school, dudes aren't really hooping like that. Like, now you got dudes who's really hooping every day. You got to be able to match their energy. So it was a good experience to come in there and learn from a young age that you got to be able to play at their pace and play at their speed.
How nice was it to have the year we had, too? You guys make regionals, and just to get that experience. How nice was that for you to kind of feel that, the big games, to play, some of the conference games, just to see what it was like to play on that stage, too?
Yeah, it shows you a lot, especially at a young age. It shows you, like, okay, this is what it looks like to make it to the conference tournament. This is what it looks like to make it to the conference tournament championship and the regional game. This is what it looked like to get on the plane and having to travel, all that extra stuff. It's real good. It's a real experience, real good experience.
And for you, what was kind of the draw to Western Oregon, and what made you kind of come here? And what have you enjoyed the most about being here on campus?
Just the people around the campus. Everybody is just always so happy. They all trying to look to make sure that you're good. And then the basketball team, when I got here, coming into my freshman year, they were ranked number 3 in the country. Coach Shaw was one of the best coaches in the conference. So it was just like, why not just keep adding to my accolades and winning? Just keep winning.
And how about you for the sport of basketball? Was that always your sport growing up? And then as that was one you wanted to obviously play in college, right?
Yeah, been playing basketball for a long time now.
What was it about the sport? What it just drew you to it? Just the whole game? I mean, it's a great game, but what was it? Just the whole competition level,
Yeah,
getting a
the
big dunk on somebody,
the
getting a big block, yeah,
competition
yeah.
All of that, the competition. We play high level competition, really fun.
And so I was sad I didn't get to see you last year, but I heard that you could get up there for a big block, you do a big dunk. I mean, what gets you more excited? Just a big play of one of those that kind of gets your team going?
I gotta say, probably a dunk. You dunk on somebody, you get real excited off of that. A block is fun too, though, but I'd rather catch a body.
All right, Etan, well, it was great catching up with you today. Of course, best of luck this coming season. We look forward to catching up with you here soon.
Thank you.